I'm going to regret this.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Hey everybody, and welcome to a brand new video series that I decided to create for the Squadcast Media YouTube page called the Squadcast Corner. This is where I, or any other host who decides to join in, will sit down and try to objectively and reasonably discuss some sort of issue that is affecting, I don't know, the fandom, the internet, whatever the ridiculousness may be. So, let me get started. I have seen so much ridiculousness being made between fans trying to wage war about box office numbers. And back in the Suicide Squadcast, DC Squadcast days, I remember Tim and I would take the time to try to break some of this down, cut through the noise, try to get to the reality of it. And this is kind of a throwback to those kind of days where every week Tim and I would actually look at articles, read numbers, and try to get down to the actual truth of what is going on. So here I am talking about opening box office numbers for Superman 2025, because whether you're a extreme Snyder fan or an extreme Gunn fan, you love Man of Steel or you love Superman 2025, these are not weapons of mass destruction meant to attack the other side. But dear God, being on social media this weekend has been like storming the beaches at Normandy. So I am trying to come at this from a reasonable, I know, a little too much to ask, perspective about box office numbers and why really, when you get down to it, you can't use them the way you're using them. Or, as my video intro, as my perfectly set of words of wisdom comes down to, you keep using that word, I don't think it means what you think it means. Okay. Let's try to be honest and objective about box office. And for the purposes of this video, because it's really the only numbers we've got right now that are solid-ish, I'm only going to use something as simple as domestic box office. Okay. Y'all, and I'm going to reference articles and resources, and I'm going to post all the links down below in the description, because I'm going to cite my sources here. I'm going to show you the information that I used to create this video, so you can go and figure stuff out for yourself. Okay? Because the one thing I want everyone to understand is I am not here to champion one movie over another, because that's just stupid. Okay? But I am sick and tired of bad faith arguments on the internet. And so this is all I'm going to break down for you. Okay. Let's start off with Man of Steel, where a lot of people are reporting a $116.6 million opening weekend back in 2013. And if you do a Google search, because I did this too, if you do a Google search, the little AI-generated summary that Google will give you at the top will tell you the number 116 million or $116.6 million. But as you drill down into those numbers, that is only a true weekend box office. Friday by itself, Saturday, and Sunday. If you go and actually look up articles from 2013, I found a Forbes article written by Scott Mendelson. Remember that guy? Who broke it down thusly. Yes, $116.6 million is opening weekend if you only exclusively count Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But if you break it down and include the Thursday previews that were available from getting tickets at Walmart, kind of similar to how Superman 2025 did those Amazon Prime early access screenings on Tuesday before release. I mean, very apples to apples there. this is how it breaks down. Okay. And I did all I took notes. I took notes, people. So here we go. According to this article that was updated in June 27th, 2013 by Scott Mendelson at Forbes.com at the time, Man of Steel earned $12 million from those Thursday Walmart screenings, which, by the way, that's what my dad and I went to see Man of Steel. It made $44 million on Friday, and then it made $36.3 million both on Saturday and on Sunday of its opening weekend. When you do those numbers, including the Thursday night previews, that actually brings Man of Steel's opening weekend to $128.6 million in 2013 dollars. Why do I mention that? Well, it's been 12 years, people, and according to usinflationcalculator.com, between 2013 and 2025, we have experienced 38% inflation from 2013 to 2025. Now, for anyone who hasn't taken a basic economics class, let's talk about inflation. Inflation means when the government prints more money, so the supply of money in the market has increased, which means because there is more of it, it's worth less. It's simple supply and demand if you follow economics. So because the government has printed more money over the course of the last 12 years, which means there's more money in circulation, the dollar is worth less. Using usinflationcalculator.com and just using the $116.6 million figure, that would be the equivalent of Man of Steel making $160.9 million in 2025 dollars. So if you take the true opening weekend number, including the Thursday previews, the $128.6 million in 2013, after 38% inflation, would mean that in today's dollars, Man of Steel would have earned $177,459,355. Okay. Now, I'm only saying that because people trying to make box office comparisons based on just flat numbers does not fairly or objectively cover the worth of money at the time. Okay? Money was worth more back then. It's worth less now. So it takes more money to buy what you could buy 12 years ago. Now, that being said, using the Hollywood Reporter, I found an article that stated, and once again, posted down below, the average ticket price in 2013 was $8.13. Okay, so that's all 2013 out of the way. Let's jump to 2025. According to MoviePass.com, the average movie ticket in America is $11.50. That's the average. Because when you break it down by areas, tickets cost different prices in different areas of this country. So in big cities like New York and LA, that's what we qualify as a big city, a ticket costs on average $15 to $20. In a mid-level city like Dallas or Atlanta, a ticket costs about $12 to $15. In small cities and rural areas, tickets cost about $8 to $11. Now take any of those amounts, and then if you're seeing it in a premium format like Dolby or IMAX, you can add on average $3 to $7 on top of that per ticket price. Okay? So not only is money worth less in 2025 than it is in 2013, tickets cost more. So a larger box office number today still equates to less tickets sold. Okay? Fewer tickets sold because the tickets actually cost more. Now, because tickets cost more, that's probably why less tickets get sold. And in 2013, we're in a pre-pandemic world. In 2025, we're in a post-pandemic world. Fewer people go to the movie theaters these days. Okay? It's part of the reason tickets cost more, besides inflation, is that movie theaters are trying to recoup their costs. Theaters have fewer seats because as they go to big, cushier recliners, it cuts the seating capacity of these theaters by like 2/3. Now that's not nothing I'm something I'm throwing off the top of my head as I go to a theater that's not premium and how many seats are in that theater versus an equivalent size theater that does have the premium seating and what the seating capacity is. Okay? So tickets cost more. Theaters seat less people. Money is just generally worth less. Okay? Everyone with me so far? Some of you are probably already pissed off at me, and you know what? Just wait. I got some more information coming. Because this is not one-sided. All right? So I went to Box Office Mojo. And I also looked at USA Today, CNBC. Everyone is reporting, on average, for Superman 2025, a $122 million opening weekend. Okay? According to Box Office Mojo, when you break that down, it's Friday. Now, based on a Variety article that I've read and other articles that I've read, this Friday number is doing what Box Office does these days. Any preview screenings that were done, those numbers get rolled into the Friday number. So this Friday number, $56.1 million, and actually there's a Variety article that actually reports it was $56.5 million, is not only Friday box office, it's also Thursday night previews, and it's the Tuesday Amazon screenings. Okay? So once again, reporting this number includes the previews from Thursday and the Amazon screenings on Tuesday. So if we're being fair, when we include the $12 million that Man of Steel made on Thursday, then it's not the 116, it's the 128 number. So just once again, there. And once again, not accounting for inflation. So Friday is 56.1 or 56.5, including Amazon and Thursdays. Saturday was 37.7. Sunday was 28.2 million in 2025 dollars. So if you're trying to be on this side, those gun fans or anti-Snyder fans who are trying to say, hey, Superman did more because they did 122. Yeah, well, if you factor in all the extra screenings like Man of Steel did, Man of Steel did 128. Okay? And if you really want to be a whiny little bitch about it from the Snyder fandom, you talk about the 38% inflation, more tickets were sold in 2013. Okay? But whether you want to do that, all I'm saying is that's a bad faith argument. Everyone's saying it's a box office record, 122 million. No, it's not. It actually made less money. 122 is less than 128. Okay? Because they're trying to use that 116 of just the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and leaving out the 12 million from the Walmart showings on Thursday. So that argument doesn't work. Plus the inflation makes it where it's not apples to apples, it's apples and oranges as far as the worth of the dollar. Once again, the dollar today is worth 38% less than it was 12 years ago. But then we can look at critic and audience responses. All right? Now, in that case, once again, if you use Rotten Tomatoes, I hate using Rotten Tomatoes, but unfortunately, it's the quote-unquote standard that's being used. Hate that, but it's the way it is. Man of Steel today sits at a 57% Rotten Tomato rating from the critics. It stands at a 75% audience score. But of course, another issue about Rotten Tomatoes is that it's not a time capsule. As new reviews get added, that score can fluctuate throughout the years. Man of Steel's been out for 12 years. People can add more reviews, people can rate it, and it will affect the score. Superman, as of this recording on Monday afternoon, sits at an 83% with certified critics and a 93% with the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. So if you want to play those numbers, Superman is getting better reception from the critics and better overall reception from the audience by those people who use Fandango and then, of course, do the score through the Fandango app. Because my understanding, and I may be wrong here, is that that's how it generates the popcorn score. It's based on Fandango users who rate the movie there. However, when you use the cinema score, which is supposed to poll people immediately after coming out of the theater, Superman and Man of Steel are tied at an A-. They are literally equal in audience reactions coming out of the theater based on how much they liked it. They both made an A-. Okay? So that's the end of my notes. Y'all, I think it was Ray over here on Squadcast Media who used to say this. Maybe other people have said it as well, but I'm going to give credit to my Squadcast Media brother here. You know what the stupid thing about a box office pissing contest is? We don't get the money. Okay? We don't win. One movie making more money than another doesn't put anything in my bank account. My sorry middle-class ass still has to go to work to make money. I have to spend money to go see these movies. This does not benefit us, except for if you want to have petty social media arguments and try to make apples and oranges comparisons to try to, quote-unquote, win on the internet, whatever the hell that looks like. Okay? You know what matters? Which movie do you enjoy? Do you enjoy one over the other? Do you hate one and you like the other one? Do you actually enjoy both and, depending on your mood, could pick whichever one you want? That's all that matters. Because guess what? Both movies exist. I will end up owning Superman on 4K. It will be put on a different shelf, but it can metaphorically join my shelf with the... Wait, how many copies of Man of Steel do I have? 2 steel books plus that lenticular cover that Target did, plus I think I have an extra 4K copy. So I think I got like 4 physical copies of Man of Steel. You know, I have that Walmart exclusive steelbook because I went to the Walmart screening. Plus, I own it digitally. You know, for all of you Snyder fans, Man of Steel's not going away. It's still there. Okay? People enjoying Superman does not affect the existence nor your enjoyment of Man of Steel. Okay? It's still going to be there. It still got made. It will forever and ever exist. Gun fans. No amount of yelling or trying to play the superiority game is going to make that movie disappear. And now you have a movie that, if you really hate Man of Steel that much, according to what you're saying, you have a movie you absolutely love. And good for you. Everyone should enjoy movies. Okay? One does not negate the other. People are allowed to enjoy or not enjoy movies as it is. All that matters is, do you enjoy it? Do you get to talk to your friends and family about a movie that you enjoy? Do you get to share a movie with somebody else? Because that's the movie-going experience. Enjoying a piece of film, however you define enjoyment, and then sharing it with those that you love. That's all I got to say. I'm just saying is one movie, objectively, financially, has done better on an opening weekend when you really drill down and look at the numbers. But another one, based on, feedback, is reportedly doing better right now. So the thing is that either group on either extreme who want to yell and shout at each other like it's a freaking world war really have points to make. And guess what? It doesn't change a damn thing. Listen, I love Man of Steel. If you saw my Superman rankings, Man of Steel is still my number one movie. I put Superman 2025 at number 4 underneath Superman 78 and the Donner cut of Superman 2. But guess what? I saw it with my wife at the Amazon screenings. I am waiting for some promo codes to come down. I'm going to go again, and I'm going to take my 2 older boys because my 9-year-old is dying to see this movie. So I'm going to go see it again. All right? Because I enjoy movies. It's not a dumpster fire. For me, it's a 3. Maybe I change to maybe like a 3.5 after I see the movie. I'll see. Seeing a movie a second time is always a good decision. Okay? But the point is, it's not a dumpster fire. If you followed along a Squadcast movies on Patreon, you know for a fact we've watched some dumpster fires. So I have a nice, broad context of every comic book movie ever made. I understand what's terrible, I understand what's amazing, and I can understand which is enjoyable and fine. And maybe movies can be just enjoyable and fine. Or maybe you can enjoy 2 different movies for 2 completely different reasons. I'm going to regret this because I don't know what the hell y'all are going to do about this. But I had to get my 2 cents in. And this was not going to work out well in a X thread. So, you know what? Love it, hate it. I've at least said what I needed to say. And thank you for your time. This has been the inaugural video of the Squadcast Corner. God help me.